guys, welcome back to RK Garage. I'm going to try to keep this intro short and sweet. Got the seat time drift car, my old drift car, for this L67 combo in it. Quick rundown for anyone new. This is a stock standard L67 bottom end, stock M90 with a 4150 EFI manifold grafted on. So it is still EFI, it's not Carby, just looks like it. Still have injectors. Heads have been shaved 80 thou, so roughly brings the comp up from 8.5 to roughly 10ish, so a bit higher than stock eco. Is running E85, 3.9 diff gears, Getrag. Don't know if the clutch is going to hold. I don't know if these Welsh plugs are going to hold. Don't know if my welds on this coolant pipe that I made here is going to hold. So yeah, this dyno session could be cut short, or it might be successful. I'm hoping the rods and pistons will stay in it, just because of a high comp. Sometimes the pistons can't handle it and the pin will be pulled out the skirt, but we'll see. Yeah, that's a basic rundown of this car. I wired a Haltech 2000 into it. I'm a Link person myself, but I tune a lot of Haltechs. This Haltech popped up dirt cheap, so I grabbed it. I thought I'd delve into, not that I need to, but it's handy having my own car, the Haltech, so I stay very familiar with it and learn new tricks all the time. I'm probably going to run the GoPro the whole time and we'll see what happens. Thought I'd film the intro before this time instead of after, because this time you guys get the real life nervous jitters that I have because I don't know about the bottom end. Yeah, hopefully it holds traction. My rollers are pretty screwed, but here's what it is. We'll deal with that when it comes to it. Yeah, I think we're just going to get into that. I'm going to do some steady state stuff first, and then I'll jump out and turn all the cameras on for when it comes time to do some power runs. So you guys won't see any of the steady state stuff. That's pretty boring, but I'm going to get right into it. Now I want to just jump in here and just say a big thank you to Mace Engineering right here, who are supporting me and have supplied a fair few parts in the past for this build, and continuing on with this build and in the future hopefully as well. So hit them up for any parts you need for any of your L67 or Ecotech stuff. I'm running their new limb gaskets in there, which I highly rate and recommend, as along with all other parts. I've also got the pulley and stuff off them, and there's a lot of gaskets throughout that I run off them, and they've supplied a heap of ton of parts. All my customer cars, I get all the parts I need through them as well. So a big thank you to them. Don't forget to give their page a follow as well. They've been pumping up their socials, which has been awesome. So once again, thank you to Mace Engineering. 315. I've sprinkled a bit more timing up top. Hopefully the rods will stay in. I might end up pulling them back out, but we'll see. Alright, we are done. Sorry, this video would have been horrible because my GoPro that was on the dyno screen decided it wanted to stop filming straight away after I pressed it. So, sorry, there's going to be no dyno graph on it. Through runs, I might just have to... Actually, what I might do is I might go through and take a screenshot of every run I did, the dyno sheet. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do that and I'll post it up. Well, you would have already seen that. Anyway, yeah, so ended up at 319.8. I'm really happy with that. I didn't think it was going to go that high purely because high comp. This cam has a 108 LSA, which is even pretty rowdy for NA. So I was expecting a lot of boost to bleed off, which it did in a sense because these are stock heads. But just for reference, we've got 80 thou shaved off this. So like I said in the beginning, about 10-to-1 comp. A big 108 LSA cam. This is a 3-inch pulley, the smallest you can go on a stock snout. They rate that as, 14 PSI for the people that don't like the sizes. And this actually made, what was it, 7.5 pound. So you can see there, 7.3. So red one was the last run, and right at the top it ran away to about, 7.5. But it holds pretty good. Run started down low at about 5 pounds and went across there. Torque was a little lower than I expected, only making 602, but yeah, that is what it is, but it's all that there. So I'm really keen to see that. But what is really interesting though is there is about a 10-kilometer speed difference between when it was NA. So either the wheels were spinning slightly or the clutch was slipping slightly, because if you have a look here, this blue line is when it was NA, which was the 258 run. And that stops all the way out here, which was about 190 k's an hour. And the red one then, the 6500 limiter. This one here is, well, maybe it's about 7 k's, but it's about like 175-ish. Actually, it was at 190, it's about 15 k's, so yeah. Yeah, it's actually more, about 15 k's difference. So yeah, there is a bit of slip there. Hopefully it doesn't slip on the track. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked with that, but so far looks like nothing leaked. Look, there is some drops or something actually, I'll lie. That might be coming from the sump. I might need to tighten the bolt up, but looks like my water pipes and welds held, which is crazy because that's the first time I tigged in about 3 years, I think, maybe 2 years. And I can't tig to save my life. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. This thing sounds wild as hell, so you can really hear the blower line, which is cool. So I'm keen to see all that, but I'm going to pack up from here and get this video edited so it can come out on Saturday. When this video goes out, I will actually be driving this car. It's when the event is. Got a private hire at a track. Hopefully when this video goes live, the car's still running. Last time with the NA thing, it lasted 20 laps, but I left this really rich. It's like 11.2s, and it has a lot less timing in what I usually put in for cammed L67s, on 98 that is, and this is on E85, purely because of the high comp. What I do want to do though is I might hit up Mace for a air-to-air setup, because IATs were over 100, which is pretty scary. But yeah, so that's where I'm going to end it. Once again, I'd like to thank Mace for jumping on board. They supplied a ton of parts for this to go in here, and they're going to continue supplying a ton of parts for all the stuff that go on there. And both my cars are always helpful, so I'm really glad for them to jump on board. Just to prove it every time that I drive the car. I see that they're there. So thank you. So as per usual, like, subscribe, leave a comment. And the next video, we should be getting the Pro drift car ready for the drift season, finishing it off and a couple little changes on that. So keep your eyes out, hopefully the following week for that video.
Mm-hmm.